So I haven't been that impressed with the smart fridge technology that's coming onto the market. And so I set myself a challenge of could I in 2 days build smart technology into my fridge? And yeah, I was pretty pleased with the results. So here's what I did. Hope you enjoy it. So a really nice, powerful setup using the NVIDIA Jetson Nano. We've got a laser scanner for the barcode reading. We're using an Arduino Uno to manage the sensors. We've got two sensors. We've got a temperature humidity sensor, which is the DHT11, and we're using the KY003 as a magnetic door trigger. And we put the Arduino in the fridge. That serves that sensor information via Wi-Fi. And the Jetson can go anywhere. It has its own UPS battery pack. So all in all, combine that with a fridge and an iPad for the GUI, and we've got a really good start. So yeah, I only had 2 days to do the software, so wanted it to be just pretty basic, but also quite expandable. So the main thing was to have a database so that all the products that are going into the fridge are databased either via an upload of a receipt or a barcode scan, and then that database can be queried. So we're using Flask web server for the GUI and interface, and I'll show you that in a minute. The Arduino Sketch just controls the sensors and then pushes those out over Wi-Fi back to the Jetson, so we can analyze temperature, humidity, and whether the door's open or not. And I'll explain why we need that. And then we're using APIs for both the things like the queries, the recipe controls, health information. That's all done via Claude. And we're also using APIs for the barcode lookups, using a couple of really good API providers so that we have a decent, accurate description of the products that are going into the fridge. And then we can use Anthropic API as well for things like determining what's on the receipt and then which of those items from that receipt are likely to go into the fridge and then what their shelf life might be. Okay, so let's have a look at the GUI. We can start the program. I've cleared out the database, so there's nothing in it. And the GUI will show whether the fridge door is open or closed. That is a method of either determining what food is taken out of the fridge, which is then stored in the database, or what is stocked in the fridge from a shopping trip, for example. So right now we can see that there is nothing in the fridge. I can close the door in the fridge just by bringing the magnet up to the sensor, and the fridge door is now closed. So let's add some items. So we go to receipts and we can open the camera and we can just scan a receipt with some items on it. Here we go. So we can just take that, we can capture it, and then we can process that receipt. That's sent to the API. The API then will determine what's on the receipt and whether things are added or not. So it's found 5 items and it's added 6 to inventory. Milk, some cheese, for some reason it's put olive oil in there, and probably some peas. So that's the basic premise of the system, and we can then look at, for example, well, what's in our fridge and are there any recipes that we can use. So let's generate one with AI. That's again just an API. It's going to look in the fridge or look in the inventory in the database and come up with a creamy Stilton and pea scrambled egg recipe, which is fantastic given there's only Stilton and eggs and peas on that shopping list. We can also go into, for example, I set up some other chefs, and so you can click on the console and look at recipes from someone else. And then it'll tell you, so basically what that's telling me is Mary Berry has got a Yorkshire pudding recipe, and I've got 3 items, probably out of 5, that are relevant, and therefore it gets a match score. Let's have a look at Rick Stein. So yeah, generating the recipe through the API, and basically I've got absolutely nothing that will make a pilaf with buttermilk chicken and pomegranate something. There we go. Then we just added some basic queries. You can do waste analysis. The database has got all the information about expiry dates. Those are estimated based on the food type. And then health analysis. So this will again send the information in the database off to the API, or via the API to Anthropic, and it will tell us that we've got some nutritious food in the fridge. Although my selection is quite limited, but peas are nutritious, great. And then expiry. And then we've got the temperature and the humidity. This is currently the Arduino's not in the fridge. Why? Otherwise that would be worrying. So no items expiring in the next 2 days. And then if you look at inventory, we can refresh that now, and that will show these items are databased and in the fridge. So let me take you to the fridge and I can show you how it works in terms of scanning stuff in and out. Okay, we can look at the GUI now. That is the app, and it's on the fridge. And we can see the doors closed, and when the doors open, that will trigger the scanner to come on and look for items going in or out. So let's try that. Okay, we can open the fridge door and scan some items and see what happens. Scanner's working. Let's put some stuff in. We've got some Marge. It's just a bit like being at the supermarket. Some broccoli and some ribs. So they're all scanned effectively. And then what we should be able to do is see that inventory straight into the database, which is kind of good, it worked. And then we can, let's go to recipes and see if the app will actually generate anything useful based on the stuff we put in the fridge. And like I say, you can put stuff in the fridge either through the scan. Barbecue ribs and broccoli bake with camembert. Okay, that's pretty straightforward. Let's see if Rick Stein's got anything. Pheasant breasts, yeah, but we've got a match percentage of 0, which means that we've got nothing in the fridge that relates to his recipes that are current at the moment. And then we can go to the dashboard and look at things that are expiring, nothing, waste, what's been taken out, put in, and any insights on the actual food that we've got. We've got some delicious items. And the Arduino is in the fridge, so you can see the temperature coming down, which it only pings every 15 minutes. So that's it, 2 days, smart fridge, $300.